one's a secret. we're not ready with that one yet.
Okay, so we decided to re-record our first two songs, Going in Blind and Speaking of Courage. We're super proud of these songs. We were proud of them when we wrote and released them back in 2020, at the start of the pandemic. But we've come a long way as far as recording, quality, what we do live, and incorporating band members into actually playing on these songs. So this is a sort of behind the scenes of the writing and recording process that we got on camera. So check it out. Thanks. Courage was fun to revisit on the keyboard because unlike the original recording, that's the only thing I did. Back when we had released it originally, I did bass, drums, and the keyboards, and a little bit of backing vocals. But this time around, I only did keyboards, and everybody else did their part. But I've come a long way as far as keyboard playing, so using different sounds, being more creative with it, I think it really shows in this new one.
I almost passed out earlier.
What do we have here?
So, a little warming up. A little warming up before we record. You want to do a rig rundown?
Let's do it.
I'm not a rig guy. I don't know specs, but from what I do know, I got a Fender Strat that we've used on every main title, and we have my Les Paul Evangeline that I use all the time. Pretty much all the leads.
Every show.
Usually the rhythm too. I'll pair the Les Paul and the Fender, and Nate's been doing a great job at blending them, kind of splitting them off so they kind of fill the sound and also maybe make me sound a little bit heavier than I am. With the amplifier, I got my hands on a Mesa Barber Trinity amp over the summer. This thing has been on our For the First Time Again album, our Speaking of Covers EP, and is going to be the main tone in the foreseeable future for our next album, as well as these reimagined versions of Speaking of Courage and Going in Blind. It's very high gain. I'm probably too old to have a crush on guitarist now. And he's close to my age, but Eric Steckel is a blues metal guitarist, and the moment I heard his guitar tone, I wanted to steal and emulate it the best I could. So, got my hands on this reverb from a nice gentleman in Germany called Dave. So thank you, Dave. But the voltage is different there. So we also needed this little thing called a power converter that he was very generous in sending, and I'm glad I looked up what it was before I plugged this into our American outlets and blew something. I like to just plug in and play and sound as loud as I can. Nate and Gabe are really good about reeling me back in and having me shape things, and for that I'm thankful. So the pedal board is very simple. I want to be able to just change maybe something a little more. Multi-effects pedal, delay pedal, and my tuner. So that way it's all, I can just focus on the song and singing with minimal effort. A wah pedal and some other pedals around. I don't use as much, but they're fun to play with. In fact, before we got the tube amp, my main distortion was this Friedman overdrive pedal. Highly recommend. I will never part with this. So I'm still plugging it every now and then, but mostly been using the Mesa Barbara. Nate also got his hands on a Quad Cortex. It's not really plugged in right now, but it can emulate a bunch of different amps. I believe Nate says they capture the different tones. It's got a couple different settings that we played around with and have kind of sprinkled in some of these new songs. So that's about it. Maybe next time we do one of these, I'll have a 7-string.
Or an 8-string.
Ah,
Beautiful.
cool. Thank you.
You better play Spirit of the Radio.